I'm Brooke Seeger. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. So why do I do what I do? Because I know my own heart, and I know that there are things I do in my relationships, my behavior that I don't understand. I know that Paul said that he did things that he didn't want to do in Romans 7. And so it makes me curious, what makes people get stuck and what helps them get unstuck? God says that we are both sinners and sufferers. I think the Psalms are clear in that we live in a fallen world, we have fallen relationships, we have fallen bodies, and we suffer as a result. But Scripture is clear that we're also sinners, and how we respond to the adversities that happen in our lives sometimes is from a sinful heart. Sometimes it's just doing what we hope is the right thing. God says that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. He made us with a spirit, mind, and body. And we know from science and neurobiology that our brains have a profound effect on how we interact with the world around us, with our relationships, even with God. Sometimes the wiring in our brains causes us to have mood disorders, anxiety, and when that happens, we don't think clearly. But we also have a thinking disorder. God calls it a worship disorder. Our hearts are always longing for something other than God. We have deep longings and wrong responses, and somehow we need to get ourselves back on track. 1 Kings says that God gave Solomon wisdom and very great discernment and breadth of mind. And I believe that's the challenge for Christian counselors, is to use everything that God has given us to rightly conceptualize what's going on in a client's life when they come into my office, conceptualize it from a biblical perspective, and still use all the tools that we have to bring them to health and wholeness. I'm always amazed at how God uses the counseling process in people's lives. I'm amazed at how He uses me with my limitations, and He is limitless. When I get stuck, He's there, and sometimes He does things that I don't know where it's coming from. But together, with His power, by His Spirit, people are healed and become whole.